Everyone, this is Raj. Welcome to the world of Salesforce. Today we are going to discuss conditional statements, right? Day 52 class where we are going to discuss the conditional statements. So what are these conditional statements? Why we are going to use these conditional statements? So yesterday I have given some introduction, right? So let me open that code. So when I am dividing, for example, when I am dividing a number by 0, right? When I'm trying to execute it, right? Execute it. See here, math dot exception. In order to handle this type of exception, system dot math exception I'm getting. So which is that divided by 0. It is showing that divided by 0. That means you cannot divide a number by 0, right? So here I need to handle this type of exception. For this, I'm having a few conditions here, right? So how to handle this type of exceptions? So the first one is if condition. In the conditional statements, we are having if condition, switch statement, and ternary operator. Right? If condition, switch statement, and ternary operator. Today we are going to cover these three topics. Okay. So in the if condition, we are having four different types. So simple if condition, if else condition, else if condition, nested if condition. Nested if condition. Simple if else if, nested if. So by using this if condition, we can add one or more user defined conditions. Right? We can add one or more user defined conditions here. Why? To get verified before executing the statements. Right? Before executing the statements, I need to verify this, whether this is correct or wrong. If it is correct, then only execute this, or else skip it. Right? If the conditions are satisfied, then only it will execute the statements. Else, it will skip the execution of the statements. Right? So by using this if condition, we can change the control flow. Right? We can change the control flow of this program execution. So we are having these four types of if conditions here: simple if else, and else if, and nested if. Let me discuss one by one here. So the first one is simple if condition. Right? In the simple if condition, let me tell you the syntax here. Syntax. If whatever the condition may be. So if the condition you have to write it here. If the condition is true, then only you should enter this block of statements. Whatever the statements you want to execute, write the statements here. Write the statements here and close the block of statements. That's it. So now each condition should follow this type of syntax. Right? So this condition may be anything. For example, let me take this account object. If the rating equals to hot, then only enter the condition. If the second number is greater than 0, like this. If here the second number is greater than 0, then only it should enter the division, or else skip the division operation, just perform addition and subtraction. Right? So if the industry equals to finance, if the rating equals to hot, like this. Right? If the record is active, if the condition is true, then only it should enter the block of statements. Okay. So let me tell you for the same example here, how I am going to use this simple if condition. Now I am going to write after this addition, subtraction, multiplication, I am going to write it. This is the condition, right? Result equals to first number divided by second number. Now I am writing here the condition, right? If what is the condition here? Second number, if second number is greater than 0, this is my condition. Then enter my block of statements. Right? Enter my block of statements here. So what is the statement I need to execute? So these two I need to execute, right? Control X and paste it here. Right? If second number is greater than 0, then only execute this. And the remainder also comes under division operation only, right? Control X, paste it here. So these two are like this. You can write number of conditions. sorry, in the number of statements. Right? This is the condition. If this condition is true, then only it is entering this block of statements. This is nothing but simple if condition. This is nothing but simple if condition. Hope you understand, right? So if this is true, then only it is entering the block of statements. Then you can write whatever the statements you want to execute. You can write it here. Now execute it. Previously I'm getting error, right? So now execute it. Done. See, success. Previously the error is divided by 0. Some error is there. Math dot exception. Now it is success. Open it. Open debug. See, only addition result is there, subtraction result is there, multiply result is there. What is the three results are same here? First number plus see here. Why? 1000 plus, right? Here also let me multiply. Use this. Now execute it. Okay. Open this. See here, 1000 plus 0, 1000 minus 0, 1000, addition, subtraction. And multiplies 1000 into 0, 0. And what about remaining two? So remaining two are not executed. Why? So since the particular if statement, if condition is false, right? If this condition is true, then only it is entering these statements, or else executing these statements, or else it will not. Just it will skip this condition. That's it. So it will close this block of statements. See here, there is one arrow mark, arrow symbol is there. Close it. See, if this condition is true, then only it will open up, or else simply it will close and come out of this loop. Right? Come out of this block of statements. Right? Now coming to this second one, if else condition. Right? Second one, if else condition. What about the syntax here? If the condition is true, if the condition is true, enter the statements here, enter the true statement, true block of statements here. Let me write it like true block of statements. Right? Close it. Here I am going to write else if it is false. Here, if it is false, simply it is coming out of this block. That's it. Closing the program. But here, if it is false, then open the block, write false block of statements. If it is false, then show false block of statements. That's it. Hope you understand, right? So here I'm writing if this condition is true, then entering the block of statements. If it is false, what happening here in the simple if, simply it is coming out of the block. But here, if it is false, then come to down. Right, coming to here. So let me open and show you. See here, if it is true, then only it is entering here. If it is false, then it is coming out of the block, right? Here I am writing else. Right, here I am writing else. Else, what are the statement if you want to write? Execution statements. You can write it here. You can write logics, you can write statements, anything. Right? System.debug, you can write. We cannot perform division operation. We cannot perform division, and let me add here. Mod operation. Okay. Division mod operation. Yes, the second number is 0. Right? Now execute it. What is happening? See here. See, addition, subtraction, multiplication is there. But what about the next? We cannot perform division and mod operation as the second number is 0. So it is executing false block of statements. Right? So this is the true block of statements. Here it should execute. False block of statements it is going to execute. Let me show you true block of statements also. For example, here I am writing 10. Second number is 10. Right? Now which statements it is going to execute it here? So true block of statements, this one. So second number is greater than 0. Yes, it is true. So it will execute it. Yeah, it is false. If it is false, then only it will execute, or else it will skip. See here. If it is false, then it will not execute. It is true, then it will execute. If it is false, then it will execute. Okay, just execute it. Now you can see here. See, total 5 results are there. Previously 3 only, but here now 5 results are there. So division result is there and mod results is there. So here's something addition. Let me update it. Mod, right? Reminder result is okay. Reminder result is executed. Now you can see reminder operation result is. Hope you understand, right? If and if else condition, right? Like this, you can write any program. So sample programs you can write if the first number is greater than second number, then only it should go for the operation to perform like this. Right, like this you can perform number, or you can take any marks sheet. For example, student results you have to print. So there are 5 subjects: English, Maths, Physics, Chemistry. So enter the marks, right? If the student got more than 40 marks in each subject, show it as pass. Right? If the student got less than 40 marks, then show it as fail. Right? Like this, you can practice number of examples for this if else condition. Right? Next, coming to the third one. What is the third one here? Else if condition, right? Next one is else if condition. Else if condition. Right? What it is showing here? What is the syntax? Same. If whatever the condition you have to write it here. The condition, right? Enter the statements. Write the statements. Else, again if condition. One more condition you have to write. Else if. Right? These are all true block of statements. Again, write the statement. Right? Still you are having still you want to check one more condition. Still you want to check one more condition. Then again write else if like this. Right? Like this you can write number of conditions. So until true block of statements is completed. If true block of statements is completed, then close this block, write else, false block of statements. False statement. Like this you have to write. Or you can write instead of fault, you can write default, final. What should be print? Default block of statements. Default block of statements. This is if the condition 1 is true, then it will execute this. If the condition 2 is true, it will execute this. If the condition 3 is true, it will execute this. If all the conditions are completed, so none of them is true, right? This is false, this is false, this is false, then it will execute this default statement, right? So when this is going to use this else if condition, when it is going to use, so this feature is used to prepare multiple branches of conditions. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, multiple branches of conditions, right? Which is going to check one by one, one by one, one by one here. If any of the branch condition matching, if any of the branch condition is satisfied, then it will execute that particular associated statements. If none of them is matching, all the branches, all this is one branch, this is second branch, this is third branch, like this, all the branches are failing, then will it execute last else block of statements. Okay, so hope you understand, right? So let me tell you one more example for this small example. Open it. So I need to print some season names. Right, season names are, you can write first number. Already we are having this first number, second number logic, right? You can write if the first number is equals to second number, if the first number is greater than second number, I will show you how. Let me write it here. If this is the first statement, if first number is equals to second number, right? If this condition is true, then enter the block of statements. Write it here, system dot debug. What it both the numbers are equal. Both the numbers are equal, right? This is the first block of statements, right? Else, I need to check the second block of statements. If first number is greater than second number, first number is greater than second number. This is a second condition. To check the second condition, second branch. What I am going to write it here, system dot debug. Simply first number is the bigger one, right? Next I am going to write again else. Check one more condition. Else if first number is, these are the small examples just to understand how we are going to use these conditional statements, right? Copy it, paste it. Second number is the bigger one. These are the first. If this first statement is true, then it will print this. If the second statement is true, then it will print this. If the third statement is true, then it will print this. None of the statement is true. Else, print the final statement. You can write, do one thing here. Instead of this multiple condition, so one multiple condition is that if, else if, here I am going to write final block of statement, right? Else, remove this simply. Else second number is the bigger one I am going to write. Okay. If this condition is true, then it will print this. If the second condition is true, then it will print this. If none of the conditions are true, then it will print this. Okay. Execute it. Let's see what it is going to print. Integer. First number. Okay. First number. Check any spelling mistakes are there. So, okay, sorry. It is an assignment operator, right? So single is equals to is nothing but assignment operator. Double equals to is nothing but to check both the left side and RH or not. Okay. Now execute it. Done. See here. What it is showing. Reminder of, sorry. First number is the bigger one. It is showing. First number is the bigger one. Open it. Check. See, first number is greater than, that means it is going, first number is equal to second number. No, it is false. Jumping into the second branch. So it is checking this condition. First number is greater than second number. Yes, true. So it is executing this. So it will skip this again. False block of statements, it will skip. So let me write it here. So now both the numbers are equal, right? Let me execute. Execute highlighted only. See here. See, both the numbers are equal. Right? So it is executing first branch. So it will not go to second one, third one. Okay. Let me add here. For example, I'm removing this. Again. Okay. Execute. Execute highlighted. Let me check. It will execute the final block of statements or not. See here, second number is the bigger one. Okay. So that means it is keeping the first branch and it is checking for the second condition. Second branch condition is also false. So it is keeping the second branch. Now it is executing the false block of statements. Whatever the final one, no, not only false, any default statement. So the final default statement is, it is going to print it here. Right? Hope you understand now. So now coming to this last one, nested if condition. What about this nested if condition? Combining all these examples, I will tell you one common example after this nested if. Okay. So nested if condition. By using this feature, we can include or we can insert, right? We can include or fourth one, we can include or we can insert an if condition within another into an another condition, right? In order to achieve any if any complex functionalities are there. So I need to include one if condition into another. Then I can write it here. So how? Let me show you. If condition, I am going to write up to here. Save, write the statements. Okay. Else, this is the final statement, right? Here I am going to, here you can write the statements. But instead of this, I am going to write one more if condition. Else inside this, in this if condition, I am going to write one more if condition. If check for the one more condition here. And if check for the one more condition, condition 2, like this, I can write number of conditions. And finally, close this and write the else block of statements. Right? So here I am going to write in this if condition. Right? If this condition is true, then it will execute this first branch. Else, else in this false block of statements, I am going to write again if condition. If it is true, it will execute this branch. If condition is true, condition 2 is true, it will execute this. Condition 3 is true, it will execute this. Else it is going to execute this. Final else condition. Okay. So let me tell you by combining all this, I will tell you one more example. Okay. Going to write an Apex program. What I need to show here, just as previous example, which I said, right? Student results. Let me take a student results and grades. Okay. So the first condition, total we have 5 subjects. We have 5 subjects. What are these 5 subjects? English, Hindi, maths, physics, and chemistry. Okay, English, Hindi, maths, physics, and chemistry. These are the 5 subjects. So this is a declaration and variable assignment. Okay. So what is the second one here? I need to calculate the total marks. Calculate total marks. Calculate the total marks of the students. Now in this third one, I need to use this all this if else if, right, and nested if, all these conditions I need to use. So now under this 3.1, I need to show what I need to show pass. Right? If the student gets greater than 40 marks in each subject, greater than 40 marks in each subject, then display as pass. And now again 3.2, right? Fail. That means else condition. Fail. If the student get less than 40 marks in any one of the subject. Less than 40 marks in any of subject. Now under this nested if, so 3.2.1 I am going to write. Right? Here what I need to print it here. Print result, print result, like total marks, all these things. Right? Under this 3.2, right? 3.1 up. Here I can write 3.1.1. You can write it here. Here also print result. If the student is passed, then also print result. If the student is failed, then also print result. Okay, again 3.1.2. Calculate average marks of student, and grade also you can write in the 3.1.3. Find out the grade. Find the grade. Grade, you know, right? How to calculate the grade. So if the percentage is greater than or equal to 60, greater than or equal to 60 means A grade. Greater than 50 and less than 60 means B grade. Greater than 40 and less than 50 means a C grade. Less than 40 means it is fail. Okay. These are the conditions I need to use and I need to perform all these operations here. Let me show you quickly this example. So hope this question you understood, right? This is my use case. Let me open this. Okay. Remove all these things. Oh, correct. Now come here. So let me add integer subjects English, Hindi. What are the subjects? Maths, physics, chemistry. Right? And final result also I need to display, right? A result means nothing but a total marks, or you can write a result. And what are this? Average. Average. Okay. In shortcuts, I'm going to write. Okay. Why average? To calculate the grades. Okay. Now, let me variable assignment here. Let me give the variable assignment for English. Let me give some 72, Hindi 81, maths 92, physics mm, physics 74. Still, how many of the chemistry 86. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 subjects are completed. Now result. This result equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and 5. Okay, result. So now I need to write the condition. So result also displaying here. Now if I am going to write the conditions. How to write the multiple conditions here? If English is greater than 40. If English is greater than or equals to greater than or equals to 40, and write the multiple conditions means ampersand, double ampersand, right? And English, Hindi. Hindi also greater than or equals to 40. Okay. And one more condition. What is this? Maths greater than or equals to 40. And like this, you can write multiple conditions. Physics greater than or equals to 40. And chemistry greater than or equals to 40. Like this. Okay. Now, if this condition is true, then only enter the block of statements. So what I need to print it here, system.debug. System.debug. Congratulations. Okay, congratulations, you got passed. Right, like this. Okay. You got passed. Okay. Next. So I need to print the total marks also. System.debug. Print the total marks. Total marks are this result. Final result I need to print. Copy, paste it. Up to here you understood, right? This is my if condition. Now, else if it is false, then enter the final block of false block of statements. What is that? System.debug. You got failed. Okay, you got failed. Better luck next time. Okay. Now here I need to display the total marks, right? So the same, right? So if it is failed, then print the result. So same printing the result. Copy, paste it here. Up to here it is fine. Right? Now I need to display the average marks also. How I need to display the average marks? If he is pass, like printing result is completed, calculate the average marks. So average marks means just calculate the after this. If he is pass, right? If he is pass, then only calculate the average marks. Average is equals to result divided by 5, or else leave it, right? If he is passed, then only calculate this average marks, or else don't calculate this average marks. For this failed student, no average marks is, right? So average marks is displayed. So now I need to display it. System dot debug. Average marks are, okay, this one AVG. Okay, AVG. Done. Up to here it is fine. Okay. Here I am going to write one more else condition for this. Right. Under this if condition only, I am going to write internal if, nested if condition. Right. If this average is, if this average is greater than or equal to 60, right? Enter one more condition. This is the first condition. If this is true, then only it is entering into this condition. If this internal condition is true, then it is entering inside this. So system dot debug, you can write it here, grade A. Right? Next else if this condition is false, right? These are the internal conditions of this main if. These are the internal conditions I am checking again. Else if average is greater than or equals to 50 and average is less than 60. Right? Here I am going to write one more else if condition. Here this if condition, if else condition, else if condition, and nested if condition. All four conditions are I am applying here. Right? System dot debug grade B. Okay. Again. Come down. Next one is again one more else if condition. Else if average is greater than or equals to 40 and average is less than 50. Then enter the third condition. Third statements are system dot debug grade C. If this condition is false, then it is coming out of this if condition and going to this default block of statements. Right? Here nested if is there, if else is there, else if is there. See, if else is there and else if is there. Okay, just execute it. Let me check. See, error, semicolon is missing. Now execute it again. Click on this debug only. See, you got passed. So total marks are 405, average marks are 81, grade A. Okay, let me show you the false block of statements also. So you see here, if this is true, it is entering into here. Again, it is true, it is entering it here. If it is false means then it will go here, grade B again like this. Let me show you grade B also. 50, 44, 42 like this. Now execute it. Like this. See, grade B. Okay, it is entering first true block of statements. Again, internally it is checking this condition. This condition is false. Again, it is going to this else if. So this condition is true. So it is showing grade B. Now let me enter here 34. So it is checking this block of statements. That means it is false, right? So it is keeping all this if condition jumping into here. So it is displaying this default block of statements. Execute it. See here. It will show you got failed. Right? You got failed. Better luck next time. Total marks or something. Okay. Hope you understand, right? So this is about conditional statements. Okay. Quickly, I will tell you about switch statements and ternary are very easy. In very rare conditions only we are going to use this switch and ternary conditions. Okay, maximum cases we are going to use this if conditions only, right? So now switch statements. It is mainly used to compare the variables, same like the if statements only, right? It is mainly used to compare the variables or expressions, right? But here, if any of the branch value is matching with the expression, then it will execute that particular block of statements. It will not execute like this. So it will not check. Let me open here. It will not check like this. So one by one, if this first condition, if this true, if this true, 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 like this. Simply it will check branch expression value and the final, what is the matching value, right? So if it is true, then it will execute the corresponding statements. None of them, if none of them is matching, then it will execute default block of statements. So what is the syntax here? I will show you. For the switch statements, the syntax is switch on, switch on. What are the expression you have to write? Write it here. Expression, or you can say that value. Okay. When you can write here, when value 1, if this value is matching here, right? If this value, whatever the value is there, if it is matching this expression, then it will execute statements. What are the statements you are need to write? You will write it here. Next, when value 2, like this, you can write it statements, right? So at the end, you can write when else condition. That means last else you can write it here. Default statements. Default statements, you can write it here. Like this, you can write it here. Right? Hope you understand about this is switch. Let me tell you how this works. Open this. Right? Hope this program you understood, right? This Apex program. Practice this. Now I am going to write it here. A simple program. I need to print the day names and the day numbers. Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to Sunday. Right? So let me enter a small program here. Integer day number. If the day number is equals to, let us say 5, what will be the day? Right? Now I am going to write switch on this particular expression, right? Switch on day number. Okay. I can write it here. So you can write when it is 1. When it is 1. Enter this system.debug. You can write it here. Simply Monday. Quickly I am writing. Right. Next. When it is 2. Copy. Paste it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Monday. This is when it is 2. It is Tuesday. When it is 3. Wednesday. When it is 4. Thursday. When it is 5. Friday. When it is 6. Saturday. When it is 7. Sunday. If it is greater than 7, what will happen? Right? If it is greater than 7, then I need to display the false default block of statements. When, right? When else, if none of them is true. When else, right? System.debug. I can write invalid day number. Invalid day number. Done. That's it. Right? Very simple program. Okay. So now execute this. So now I have entered the number as 5. So it will check, instead of checking all this directly, it will check when it is 5. If it is 5 means simply it will display Friday. That's it. Execute it. See here, Friday. Right? Now let me update this number as 7. Okay. So now check this, execute it. It will display as Sunday. Right? So now let me update it as 8. So it will check 1, 2, 3, 4. If none of them is true, so it will go into this else condition. Okay. So execute it. It will show invalid day number. Okay. See here, invalid day number. Right. Hope you understand about these switch statements. Now let me open this ternary operator. Ternary is also very, very easy. Switch and ternary operators are very easy. Okay. Ternary operator. Okay. Ternary. Ternary means here I am going to write like nothing but a Boolean expressions. Okay. Here I am going to write some Boolean expression. If it is true or false like this, some Boolean expression. If it is question mark symbol, you have to write value if true. If it is true, if this particular expression is true, right, then it will execute this block of statements. Else, if it is false, then it will execute value if false. Then it will execute this false block of statements. Okay, if this expression is true, it will execute this. True means it will execute this. If it is false, then it will execute this. Very, very simple. Okay, let me show you how. Okay, let me open this. Okay, remove all these things. Now, simple program, integer. Okay, integer. So what is the expression? My int. Okay, my integer. I am going to write is equals to. I am going to write one Boolean expression. Let us say 2 plus 2. That means 4. 4 is greater than 3. Right? 2 plus 2 is greater than 3. If it is true, then execute this true. Right? If it is false, right? If it is false, then execute this. That's it. Very simple. Here you can write any value. Right? It is a true block of statement. It is a true statements. You can write it. Here you can write false statements. Or you can write simply, I need to show some 1. I need to show here -1. If it is true, I need to display 1. If it is false, I need to display -1. Okay? Because since it is an integer variable I have taken, integer data type I have taken. So if it is true, 2 plus 2, 4 greater than 3, yes, true. 1 is going to assign to my integer. Or else -1 is going to assign to this particular -1. Okay? So execute this system.debug. Simply write it. Okay. My int value is. Okay. Execute this. Let me check. Semicolon is missing. Execute it. What it is going to print. Check here. Yes. My int value is 1. Right? Hope you understand, right? So this value, this is Boolean expression. So if it is true, then it will execute this one. If it is false, then it will execute this one. This is nothing but ternary operator. Right? So these are nothing but conditional statements. Okay? So that's it for today. If you're having any doubts at any point of time, just mention in the comment section. I'm going to respond to those comments. Okay? So keep following this channel for the latest updates. Thank you.